It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we... It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni.
It's the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs.
And it comes your way next.
It's one of the loudest venues in the National Football League. We're inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, home of the Chiefs. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson in the booth. Greg, you love these games because we've got a marquee matchup at the most important position in sports, the quarterback spot.
And these are the matchups that everyone is excited to tune in, right? When the schedule comes out and you go down and you look up, all right, who's playing who, what quarterback matchups. This is one early in the offseason that you circle. The opportunity to see two marquee Hall of Fame potential quarterbacks on the same field together. We all know the reality of this league, Mike. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And both these guys under center today, when they come out of that tunnel every single weekend, their team knows as long as he's in the huddle with us, we got a shot.
Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go here at Arrowhead. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance for the rest of his career now, not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level. We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
They face second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. It's Samaje Perine. He'll get this ahead for about 3. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Second and 7. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a toss to Pacheco. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Here's Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice.
It is brought in the end zone. Rashee Rice, touchdown KC. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Now a 2nd down throw from Rodgers. Pass caught right side by Conklin.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Jets first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second down and 8. From the gun, Rodgers gets that one to the veteran Lazard.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. He gets this complete, finding Adams.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
They give to Hall. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. This complete to Corley. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Off the play fake, Rodgers. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it's going to lead to 4th down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And Zerline comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Quentin Williams there to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's P-Rock. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Sauce Gardner, as good as they come. There to knock that one away.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Jets offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. To throw is Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go again with Hall. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd down and 9. Here's Rodgers. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10. Give up the middle with Hall. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22 with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. A give. Here's Hall. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. George Karlaftis there to make the play. Third and 6. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. Open man, right side. He's got it. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll run. It's Hall. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Last drive yielded 3. They'd like more. See what happens on 3rd and goal. Rodgers. Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. Inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, the quarterback trying to find somebody open there, but that time, instead of finding his running back, it goes back the other way for a defensive score.
Mike, I think this is just one of those cases where the quarterback's just a little too casual with the throw. He kind of goes to his running back late on the check down. He never sees the defender until he's chasing him on his way for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Out quickly, and it's Adams. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Second and a yard. The master of play action, Rodgers. Now he'll run. And Rodgers has done this long enough. Gives himself up at the end, but he's got a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
We are through one. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. There as he'll work it down to the 46. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Hall, and he is going to have a Jets first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? And this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Rodgers. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Rodgers to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. This throw right side is caught by Adams.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the run, here's Hall. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. George Karlaftis there to make the play. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing, Rodgers. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And Zerline comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A pickup there of 13. Good for a Chiefs first down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Open man right side is Kelsey. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, P-Ron. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Hopkins sent in motion. He will fight his way to the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Penei Wanwu now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Play action now with Rodgers. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. And what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
A first down throw from Rodgers. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. A run here with Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Jets will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs' offense ready to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Tony Adams there on the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
First down throw, Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A give here to Pacheco. Pacheco, first down and more. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. And the Jets ready to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Third and long. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive. Oh, big hole left side. And he will go all the way. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. Butker to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs tack on one more to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the gun, Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Second and 7. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A gain there of 13 yards.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. Mahomes now to throw again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. The throw on the run is complete. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Chiefs.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. So we've reached halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We were treated to an excellent 1st half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He was downright amazing with 3 touchdown passes and another one scored on the ground for good measure. The highlights from the 1st half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this 2nd half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided 1st half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. They give to Hall. He'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 35.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Rodgers laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 15 yards through the air, and the Jets have a first down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. I mean, how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy, but you get paid to catch them all.
Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Rodgers. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Jets are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On first down, it's Mahomes. Looking middle, he's got Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Mahomes. That's complete to Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's Rice. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is caught by the tight end. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs stretch things out even further. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action now with Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll get this complete to Gibson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Hall. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Rodgers to throw. He'll get that to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space. Gain of 7. Inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out quickly, and it's Adams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll try to run it with Hall. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
pushed back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That one caught by Adams. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. That is caught side of the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Jets. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats, makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Jets cut into the lead a little bit. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. A return now from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense back onto the field for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
He'll manage only a couple. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
A handoff to Pacheco. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That is caught. He gets the hook up with Bryce.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Gray is the motion man here. 1st down throw. Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and He takes him down for a negative play.
Mahomes now to throw again. Open man is Hopkins. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They put Kelsey in motion. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. They look underneath and find P-Rod. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll take it on in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying, it's never enough. I'm going to try to score. And we've seen him do that all game long.
Butker now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will add one more onto their big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. A throw left side taken in by Corley. A gain there of 20. Good for a Jets first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Call it a gain of 13. And the Jets have a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space. Gain of 7. Inside the 20. Second down and 3. Another run here with Hall. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. He's able to get away for one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A give. Here's Hall. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Here's Rodgers. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now Zerline for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jets will get just a bit closer.
56, Jets 26.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. Once again, it's Pacheco. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. A run. It's Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down, able to get 8 on 3rd and 5.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
Here's Pacheco. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Hopkins sent in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This one from 52 yards away. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This complete to Corley. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Throwing, Rodgers. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
3rd and a yard. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Rodgers going up top again. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Rodgers now. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, New York.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. He'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd down, 3 to go. Now it's P-Rod.
Samaje P-Rod, the ball carrier. Quincy Williams on the tackle. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On comes the Chiefs punter. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
2nd and a yard. Now Rodgers.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then, he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the 1st down.
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.